Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to cover graphical section. You will see graphical section is also important in physics because many questions are designed based on graphs only. So if you have better understanding of graphs, then you can easily understand the question as well as you can easily solve the questions also. Okay. So in graphical section, we will learn about straight line, parabola, rectangular hyperbola, ellipse and circle. Okay, so just basic concept we'll know about these graphs. Okay, so first one is straight line. Straight line. So we will write equation of each graph first, and then we'll learn basic things about it. So here equation of straight line is equation of straight line is y equal to mx plus c, where this m is slope and this c is y intercept. Okay, so this is slope means this is tan theta, and this y intercept means if you put x equal to 0, so wherever it will intersect on y axis, that will be known as c value, that is known as y intercept. Okay, so here if I am plotting this graph, so this graph will be, let's say this is coordinate axis x minus x, this is positive y, this is negative y. Okay, this is origin. So if I want to plot a straight line, we need 2 points. And how will I get that 2 point? If I put here x equal to 0 in this equation, put x 0, get y. So if I put here x 0, so y will be equal to m into 0 plus c. So this will be c. So coordinate I am getting here 0, comma c. If I am putting here y 0, okay, y 0. So this will be y 0. I will get here x equal to minus c upon m. So I am getting here 2 point again. This point is minus c upon m, and this is 0. So if you get 2 point and if you connect 2 point, we'll get a straight line. So here this point will be, if x 0, y is c. So this is 0, comma c. If I put minus c upon an x value, then y will be 0. So this is, so 2 point I am getting here. So now I can connect these 2 point. I will get one straight line. Okay. So this is equation y equal to mx plus c. Okay. So this equation is y equal to mx plus c, where this value is y intercept, means this length is c. This is known as y intercept. Means if x 0, then whatever value you will get on y axis, that value will be y intercept. Okay, this value is slope of this line. Slope of this line, that is tan theta equal to m. Means if this angle is theta, then tan theta will be 1. So always if there is a straight line, so two important thing will be there. One, what is slope of the straight line? Second, what is y intercept of that line? Okay, so here this is general graph, general equation. So m is slope, c is y intercept. Okay, so this is how you have to plot it. Okay, so basic, I will take few equation straight line. I will find out y intercept as well as I will find out graph also. Okay, so example. So first equation I am taking y equal to, let's say, 2x. So here what will be y intercept? Y intercept will be, there is no c. Okay, so here slope will be, this is slope, and y intercept will be 0 and slope will be 2. If I plot this curve, so this curve will be, if this is c0 means y intercept 0, that means if x 0, here we will get y equal to 0 also. Okay, so if I am plotting this line, so to plot any line, better we will collect number of points. Let's say this is x, this is y. So x 0, put here y equal to also 0. x equal to 1, y equal to 2, x equal to minus 1, y equal to minus 2. Okay, so on we'll get number of point. We have to locate that point here. This is 0 0, this is 0 0, 1 2, x1 y2, this is a point. Okay, so corresponding to this is 1, corresponding to this is 2. So this point is 1 and 2. If I am putting minus 1, x minus 1, so I am getting here y corresponding to 2. So this is point is minus 1, 2. Okay. So if I connect here all these points, this will be a straight line passing through origin. So this is y equal to 2x. So I will not collect points, simply I will plot. This is a straight line y equal to mx only. There is no c. So this line will pass through origin, and now slope of this line is, this is theta, which is equal to tan theta equal to 2. So we can plot here by origin, which through origin this straight line will pass, and slope of this line will be tan theta, that value is 2 here. Okay, so similarly another graph, like let's say I am taking y equal to minus 2x. Okay, so here again, what is value of c? There is no c, so 0. What is m? Slope here minus 2. How will be graph? We can plot here. If this is y equal to mx only, so it will pass through origin. Now negative slope, so it will be negative slope, so it will be like this. Okay, and negative slope, so here tan theta is minus 2. Okay, so this value here, if I calculate this value, so this value is theta, then tan theta will be, this tan theta will be minus 2. Or we can plot by collecting number of points also, x0 y0. Okay, this is origin, and we need one more point. Okay, to connect 2 point, we'll get a straight line. So when x equal to 1, y equal to 2, so we can get here x equal to 1, y equal to minus 2. So x equal to 1, y equal to minus 2. So this point will be 1 minus 2. So here if one point, another point, we are getting 2 point, we can connect and extend it, we'll get straight line. Okay, so this is how we can plot a straight line. Next, if I'm saying plot y equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, so here again slope is, how much is slope? 2. How much is y-intercept? So c value is 3 and m value is 2 here. So if I'm plotting here, so this will not pass through origin. If x will be 0, then we can collect number of point also. So this is x and y, x0 y equal to 3. Okay, x0 y equal to 3. Next, if I'm putting y equal to 0, then what is value of x? Minus 3 upon 2. So this is best method to plot straight line. Put x0 get y and put y0 get x. Now we have 2 point. So 2 point will indicate in this coordinate plane. This is 0 and 3. So this is the point where 0 and 3. This is minus 3 by 2 and 0. So this is the point where minus 3 by 2, 0. So if I am connecting both points, I will get one straight line. This is equation of y equal to 2x plus 3. Okay. If I am writing like this, let's say I am giving negative slope minus 2x plus 3. So this graph will be x equal to 0, y equal to 3. So obviously this will be one point. Let's say here point x and y. So when x equal to 0, y equal to 3, y equal to 0, x will be equal to minus 3 upon minus 2. So this is 3 upon. So here I am getting 1 point, another point I am getting 3 by 2 y0. So this point I am connecting both point. This line will be equation of y equal to minus 2x upon 2x plus 3. So here what is slope? That is minus 2. What is c value? That is 3. So we can get y-intercept as well as slope in each straight line, and we can plot the graph also. Okay, so this is x minus x, this is y minus y. Okay, this equation is y equal to minus 2x plus 3. Okay, so similarly we can plot all curve, all straight line curve. Okay, so passing through origin, there will be y-intercept 0. If not passing through origin, there will be some y-intercept that means there will be some C value. So C value, so it will not pass through origin. So one important, if C value 0, line will pass through origin. If C is not 0, that will be general line, okay, that will pass through 2 point in a coordinate plane. Okay, so this is how we can plot a straight line. Next graph is parabola. So second one is parabola. Parabola. So equation of parabola is equation of parabola is y equal to some a into x square or x equal to a into some y square. Okay, so this x and y is variable here. Here x and y variable. So here y equal to ax square means this curve will be symmetric about y axis, means for x negative and positive. For x negative and positive, always x square will be positive. Okay, so for negative x and positive x, curve will be symmetric about y axis. Okay, so here we will plot this one. Okay, so this is here. I will collect number of points first. Okay, let's say this is x and this is y. X0 to y0, so this is 1 point. Okay, next x1 kara, then y we get here a. X equal to 2, y equal to 4a. Okay, similarly 3, so this is 9a. Okay, if I'm putting -1, so minus a. Putting -2, minus 4a. Putting -3, minus 9a. So I'm getting this point. Okay, so I will indicate all point. Okay, so x equal to 1, y equal to, this is a, and this of course this is positive. Okay, a constant, that is positive. X equal to 2, y equal to 4a. Now this will increase faster. So here also x equal to -1. Okay, -1 because this is -1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Similarly this will be -2, this will be -3. So this is the point I am getting. So if I am connecting all point, then I am getting curve like this, and this curve will of course pass through origin. So this is equation of parabola. So this parabola is y equal to a x square, and if there is x square, so this parabola will be symmetric about y axis. Symmetric about y axis means whatever is right side, same thing will be left side also to the y axis. So this is right side, left side, it is like mirror image. So symmetric means mirror image. So symmetric what y axis means right side and left side to the y axis will be similar. Okay, so this is y equal to ax square. Okay, similarly if I am plotting here x equal to ay square, so here we can write this curve will be y equal to ax square will be symmetric about symmetric about x axis. That means x square, so symmetric about y axis. Okay, similarly here I want to plot x equal to a square. So here let's take this one coordinate. Okay, now again here I will collect number of point x and y. Okay, so when y0, then x equal to a. Y1 x equal to y equal to 0, x equal to also 0. Y1 x equal to a. Y2 x equal to 4, 4a. 3, so it is 9a. Okay, similarly -1 minus a, -2 minus 4a, -3 minus 9, so on. So we have collected number of points. If I'm plotting, means if I'm indicating all points on xy coordinate, so this is 0 0. Now next point will be a, this a y1. So this is a, this is y1. So x value is a. So this is y equal to 1 and -1. A equal to this is -1. So this will be +1. Okay. because y equal to 1, x equal to a. Y equal to minus 1, also minus 1 square is 1 only, so this is again a. So there will be no negative value of this x here. Okay, so similarly here also, sorry, similarly here also, because y value will be never negative here. Okay, this will be all positive. X equal to minus 1 square, it will be a into 1. Minus 2 square, that will be 4 only. So 4 into a, 4a, 9a. So this will be positive only. Okay, so here also this will be positive, then this is positive. When this y is negative, again x is positive. X will never be negative here. Okay, so if I'm plotting all, so 0 0, a equal to 1, a x equal to a, y 1, so a y 1. Okay, so this is 1 and this is a. So this value is a, this is a comma 1. Okay, first one. Second, x equal to minus 1, again y equal to, x equal to minus 1, again y, sorry, y equal to minus 1, again x equal to a. So this point is another point. So this is again minus y equal to minus 1, x equal to a. So this is a minus 1. So similarly, we'll get another point here, another point here. Okay. So if I connect all these points, so this is parabola, and this parabola is x equal to a y square. Of course, this a is positive here. Okay, so this is how we can plot. So if equation is x equal to a y square, so this will be symmetric about, will be symmetric about symmetric about x-axis. Okay, so this is how we can judge it will be symmetric about x-axis or y-axis. Similarly, if I'm plotting, let's say I'm giving you equation like y equal to minus a x square. So how will be equation? It will be symmetric about y-axis, but this is negative all the time for all x value, either positive or negative. For all x value, y will be always negative, because for all x value, x square is only positive, a is positive, so this whole will be negative. So this graph will be symmetric about y-axis but negative side, all the time y will be negative. Similarly here, if I'm giving y equal to x equal to minus a y square, so this graph will be again here, uh, when it was positive, so this one is the graph. When it is negative, all the time for all value of y, x will be only and only negative, so we'll indicate like this. Okay, so this is how x square, this is minus ax square, so upside down side, right side, left side. So this is how we can plot parabola. Okay, so here we can see one example, like let's say plot y equal to 2x square. So how will be this graph? Of course, this is x square, symmetric about y axis. So right side to the y, left side to the y will be similar. Okay, so here this will be x0, y0, x equal to 1, y2. So x equal to 1, y2, 1 point. X equal to 2, then y equal to 2 into 2 into 2, so 8. So it will be like this. Similar graph. You can plot like this. So this equation is y equal to 2x square. Similar to this one, a equal to just 2 here. So if I'm saying, let's say x equal to plot 2y square. So how will be graph? If I'm saying another example, then this graph will be similar to this. Okay, here a equal to 2. So here y0, x0, y 1, x equal to 2. So x equal to y1, y equal to minus 1, again minus 1 square, 1, 1 into 2, 2. So this will be graph like this. Y equal to, this is 2 y square, x equal. So we can plot all parabola equation. This is known as parabola. So if one variable will be in square form, another variable will be just power 1. Okay. So both are variable. If it will be y square, then here x to the power 1. If there is x square, so y to the power 1. So this is how parabola equation is and all about this graphs. Okay. So we can plot straight line and parabola. Okay, so next one is circle. Okay, so next graph is circle. Third one, circle. So equation of circle is x square upon a square, sorry, x square plus y square equal to a square. Okay, or radius, okay, r square. So here, this is an equation of circle and center of the circle will be origin. Okay, so here I can plot, this is center 0 0, this is origin 0 0. Here we can plot here, this is equation of circle. So at this point, when it will intersect x-axis, this is x, negative x, this is y, this is negative y. So when it will intersect x-axis, so y will be 0, here y will be 0, so x will be equal to r. So this is r0, this point is negative r0, this point is cutting y-axis means x will be 0, so x0, so this y will be r, so this will be 0 minus r, this will be 0 plus r. So I am getting here 4 point. Okay, so all these point 4 will be on circle only. Okay, so this is how we can plot equation of circle. Here this r is known as radius of circle. Okay, so this is the radius of circle. Now this circle is passing through origin. If any circle is there which is not passing through origin, so we can write another form of equation. This is another equation, x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square, that is r square. So here this is equation of circle, circle not passing through origin. Okay, center of circle is, center of circle is a comma b, so a and b. Okay, so we can plot here this equation like this. This is origin, this is 0 0, so here a and b, so let's say this one is a coordinate a and b, a and b. So now this is going to be center of the new circle. Okay, so radius is r, we can plot here, this is a circle of radius r, so this is radius r which center is a and b. Okay, so a comma b, so this is equation of circle. Okay, where center of the circle is a and b. Okay, so this is how we can plot x and y. So here one basic question, plot x square plus y minus 2 whole square equal to, let's say, 5 square. So of course here we can write x square means we can write here this is x minus 0 whole square, y minus 2 whole square, this is 5 square. So this is equation of circle which center is 0 comma 2. So we can plot here where is 0, this one, where is 2, so this point is 0 comma 2. So this is going to be center of the circle. What is radius? 5. 5 square. No? So this is going to be radius. So radius 5. So it will be like this is 2. So here it will be 3. So this much part is going to be okay. This is the equation of circle. Which center is this one? Okay. So this distance here distance. How much is this distance? This distance will be 5. Okay, this 5 unit is radius of the circle. Okay, so this is how we can plot. Okay, so this is very basic. Again you will study all this topic again in mathematics. Okay, so here basic things we are learning. Okay, so this one is circle, next one is ellipse. Okay, so fourth one is ellipse. So equation of ellipse is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equal to 1. So this is equation of circle. Equation of ellipse. Okay. So here this one is known as generally this one is known as semi major axis, and this one is b is semi minor axis. Semi major axis, semi minor axis if a greater than b, otherwise it will be reversed. Okay, so here if I am plotting this ellipse equation on xy, this is x, this is y, this is minus x, and this is minus y. So if I am plotting this ellipse on coordinate plane, so it will be like this is greater, so it will be like this. Okay, this is similar to egg shape. Okay, so this is known as semi major. So this coordinate will be a0. If you put here y0, so this will be eliminated, so x square will be a square, so x equal to plus minus a. So this is a, this is minus a0. If you put x0, so it will be y equal to plus minus b. So x0 means it will intersect on y axis. So 0 minus b, this will be 0 plus b. So this line is, this part is known as semi-major axis. This one semi-major axis. Okay, so same a value. This length is a semi-major axis. Equation of this one is known as ellipse. Ellipse. Graph of ellipse. Okay, so this is how ellipse is plotted. If I'm saying that if I'm saying that if b will be greater than a, then this graph will be b greater than a, then this graph will be like this. Okay, this graph will be like this. Okay, so this one is again ellipse, but this is going to be this 0 b, this is 0 minus b, so this is going to be semi major. So this one is semi major axis. Okay, and this one is going to be, this one is going to be semi minor axis. But generally you will see that a is greater than b, so generally this graph will be true for ellipse. Okay, but if given that b is greater than a, then shape will be changed, reverse. Okay, b will be larger, so this will become semi major axis, this will become semi minor axis. Here this is semi major axis, this is semi minor axis. Okay, so this is how semi minor and semi major axis is defined. So here you have to know equation of ellipse and how it is plotted. Okay, when a will be equal to b, so this equation will be a square y square upon a square will be 1. So this is equation of circle. So it will convert into, ellipse will convert into equation of circle. Okay, so this is equation of circle. So here conclusion that if semi-major axis, semi-minor axis will be equal, then this ellipse will convert into equation of circle. Okay. So how this ellipse is. So next one is rectangular hyperbola. So rectangular hyperbola is last one. Rectangular hyperbola. So rectangular hyperbola equation is xy equal to constant. Here equation of rectangular hyperbola is rectangular hyperbola hyperbola is xy equal to constant. Okay, so xy equal to constant. If x will increase, y will decrease. Y will increase, x will decrease in such a way that multiplication of both x and y remains same. Okay, constant. So this is equation of rectangular hyperbola. So we will plot here. Let's say xy equal to case 1. Let's say case 1 xy equal to some positive constant but positive constant. So this will be x, we need some point x 0, then y constant upon infinitive, it will be, here we can select point x and y. Okay, so let's take here x 0. So what will be y? Y will be some constant. This is constant, you assume c. So c upon 0, c upon 0 is not defined exactly, but this is, let's say, very small, so it will tend to infinity. So x equal to y equal to 0, so this will tend to infinity. Okay, so y equal to 0, this will tend to infinity because constant upon 0 again infinity. So this is how x equal to 1, y equal to 1, y equal to not 1, y equal to c. Okay, so this is c. If y equal to 1, this is c. So we can get here point means x will increase. X will increase, y decrease, y will increase, so x decrease. So here let's say this is a point. Now x 0, so it y will tend to infinity. So this will be like this. Okay. Similarly, if both will be negative, okay, x and y both will be negative, again this graph will give same value. Okay, so here for negative also this graph will be similar. So xy equal to constant positive is is a graph which will lie in both first and third coordinate. So this graph will exist in first and third coordinate. So this is how we can, so this graph is existing in first and third coordinate. Okay, here we can write x minus infinity, so y 0, y y x 0, y minus infinity. Here we can write x infinity, y 0, and here we can write x 0, y infinity. Okay, so this is how this graph is varying. This graph is y equal to constant, this is y equal to constant, means both here x y in this coordinate x is negative, y also negative. So in this coordinate both x and y will be negative. In this coordinate both x and y will be positive. Okay, so here when both will be positive, of course multiplication will be positive. Here both will be negative, of course both multiplication will be positive. Negative both, so multiplication will be positive. So this graph will exist in this coordinate. Okay, so similarly I am plotting here case 2. Let's say xy equal to constant, but this constant is negative. So negative, so if I am plotting here this curve, so here negative means one will be positive, another negative, then only multiplication will be negative. So both cannot be positive because positive, both cannot be negative because negative positive. So one will be positive, another negative, and if y negative, x positive. Okay, so this graph will exist in first and this will exist in second second and third coordinate. So this will exist in coordinate. This will exist in second and second and fourth coordinate here. Okay. So here again, if x infinity y 0, so x infinity y 0, but here x positive infinity, then y will be 0 but negative side. So here it will be x infinity y will be 0 but negative side. So this is here point. If you take, then x infinity y 0, but it will be 0 from negative side towards negative side. This is y equal to minus infinity, then x will be 0. Sorry, this is 0 minus infinity. Okay, so similarly this graph will exist in this region also. So here this is x infinity, so y will be 0. Okay, so it will be 0 here, y 0, and y will be positive infinity. Okay, so this is how this 0 is negative side, this is negative side. Okay, this is negative side. Okay, this is negative side, one positive, this is positive side. Okay, positive side, positive negative, negative positive, negative positive, positive negative. So this is how, so this graph is equation y equal to constant, but this constant is negative. So what is conclusion here? X increasing, so y decreasing. Okay, here both multiplication will be constant, so x increasing, so y will decrease. Okay, like here you are increasing, so y is decreasing. Okay, here x increasing, so y, x, here value of x, this is in minus infinity, so x here, we can understand here, if y increasing, that means x decreasing. Okay, so this is how this graph is plotted. So this is all about, we will see one example based on rectangular hyperbola. So let me plot here only. So this is y equal to, question, plot y equal to, okay, let me plot this here, clear. Okay, so this part is over. So one question based on hyperbola. Okay, so let's take one question. This is from rectangular hyperbola. If I'm saying y xy equal to 1, plot this curve. Okay, so here we can take point. This is x equal to 1, so this is xy equal to positive value. So it will exist in which coordinate? Both positive or both negative. So it will be first and third coordinate. X1, y1. So this will be 1 and 1. X2, this is a point. We can collect point also. Let me collect point. Okay. So x equal to 1, y1. X2, so y 1 by 2. Okay, because x2, y will be 1 by x, because this value is 1 by x. So x2, y, this is 3, 1 by 3. This is 4, 1 by 4. Similarly, if I am taking here x equal to minus 1, so y equal to minus 1. X equal to minus 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 3, minus 1 by 3. So on. Let me take very high value, infinity, so this is 0. And if y equal to 0, then x will be, this is infinity. Okay, so here this curve will, this is 1, x equal to 2, y equal to 1 by 2, x equal to 3, y 1 by 3, x equal to 4, 1 by 2. So this is how it will decrease. Okay, so this is the point. You connect all, so this is xy equal to 1. Similarly, negative, negative, so x minus 1, y also minus 1, x minus 2, y also minus 1. So this is the point, it will keep decreasing. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, so this equation is again xy equal to 1. This point is just symmetric point 1 and 1. So this is how we can plot parabola, rectangular hyperbola. So rectangular hyperbola, this is multiplication of two variable is constant. That is equation of rectangular hyperbola. When we want to plot We have to collect number of point, collect point, indicate and connect all point, you will get a graph. That graph is equation of, that graph is graph of this parabola. Okay, so this is how we can plot a straight line, parabola, circle, ellipse and rectangular hyperbola. Okay, so I hope you understood it, and whenever graphical based problem coming in physics, so we can use this concept, okay, just to identify which kind of equation is it and how it is varying. Okay, so we can plot it. Okay, one more graph comes. Let me draw that one also, exponential graph. Okay, so let me complete that one also. Okay, so this is exponential graph. So this is fourth and fifth one. So fifth one, sixth one is exponential graph. So exponential graph is y equal to, if e to the power minus e to the power x, then how we plot it. Okay, so again here if I want to plot y equal to e to the power x, we have to collect here number of point. Okay, so make a column x and y. Okay, and choose number of point. So when x 0, what will be y? E. X equal to 1, what is, because y equal to e to the power x, so x equal to 1, y equal to e 2, e square. If I am taking here minus 1, so this will be e to the power minus 1, that is 1 upon e. Minus 2, e to the power minus 2, that is 1 upon e square. So it will keep on decreasing in negative. Okay, negative 1 upon e cube. So here if I am taking minus infinitive, so this will be e to the power minus infinitive 1 upon e to the power infinitive, and that is 0. Clear? So x equal to minus infinitive, y will be 0. So minus infinitive, y will be 0. Okay. So this is minus infinitive, y 0. X equal to 0, y equal to 1. X equal to 0, y equal to 1. So e to the power 0. So this is 1. Okay. So x equal to 0, y equal to 1. So this will cut here 0, 1. Okay, x equal to 1, y equal to e, and value of e is 2.718. So this is greater than 1. So this is the point. This is 1 e. This is 1 e square. So this is a graph. So this graph is exponential graph. Exponential graph. Exponential graph means here if you increase value of x, so it will change, y value will change faster when x will be greater than 1. So if you increase slightly in x, y will increase faster. Okay, the meaning of this one is exponentially it will increase, like this graph is going like this. So here you will change small x, you will get more change in y value. Okay, so this is how this graph is exponential. This is known as y equal to e to the power x. Okay, if I want to plot e to the y equal to e to the power minus x, it will be just opposite to this one. Okay, you can check after collecting number of point. Okay, like if I'm saying plot y equal to e to the power minus x, so this graph will be x equal to 0, y 1, that is sure. So it will also pass through this 0 comma 1, but x positive infinitive, then y will tend to 0. So here this will be positive infinitive, y will tend to 0. x this x will be negative infinitive, so this will be negative, and negative positive, so it will be infinitive. So this will vary like this. So this curve is y equal to e to the power minus x. Okay, so this is how we have to plot y equal to e to the power x. It will go like this, and y equal to e to the power minus x, then it will go like this. Okay, so here both curve will pass through 0 comma 1. Okay, and positive, so this is all the time slope positive, all the time slope negative. Okay, so this is all about, okay, all type of graphs. Okay, so next lecture we will cover a very important topic, that is differentiation. Okay, so next differentiation, integration. So differentiation I will complete in one lecture. Again integration 1 to 2 lecture, because integration is very important. Okay, so integration, differentiation, and vector also we have to complete. So it will take around 3 to 4 lecture more. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.